Welcome everybody to the grand finals of the Aria Star Randomizer 2023 tournament. Here we have JupiterClimb versus LuichoX. We're going to play the first two games of potentially two best of threes. I have Halgorithim with me here. What's up?
Hey, how's it going? I'm really excited for this. These are the two best rando players in the community, and they're about to have at it. Wow, and we're already off to it. So let's see what we got in the starting shop here. Burt Gang.
Yeah.
Ooh, those are not good sell prices for their starting equipment. Thankfully, the Burt Gang is cheap, so they can afford it.
Ooh. How cheap was it? Because I saw JupiterClimb go for
it was only
souls as well.
It was only 13k, so that's really fortunate.
Wow, yeah.
Because our Gladius and whatever their armor was not selling for much.
Definitely nice to have early Stolas, because Stolas scales with every single blue soul, including Panther, so it can make it so you can go through enemies you probably wouldn't be able to normally, like Mermen and such.
Yeah, it's really nice to have early for when you don't have great combat ability. It really helps taking down bosses if you have a decent blue soul. In case anybody isn't familiar with the Aria Star preset, the randomizer preset, the goal is just to find 3 books so that you can get past Graham, not get the bad ending. The number at the top of the screen is the soul compass or soul counter. That just shows you how many books or souls are in an area that you still have left to collect.
Yeah, Jupiter using Une there. It looks like he doesn't have the Burt Gang, actually.
Yeah, interesting.
He's in the Gladius instead. Here's Panther.
Yeah, maybe he didn't buy it. Alright, so this is the early guaranteed Panther. Now we can start zooming around. I'm surprised he didn't buy it. I wonder what he bought
Yeah,
instead.
there are 5 checks in Castle Corridor, so probably going to see some quick progression here.
I guess Jupiter is assuming that he's going to find a decent weapon pretty early on. Burt Gang's not that great of a weapon. It's kind of upper mid tier. So yeah.
We'll see if he gets punished for it. Jupiter does typically like playing risky with these early weapons. Like, if there's a mid-tier weapon in the shop, and he starts with like a low tier that's not completely useless, like the Gladius, it feels like he'll typically just stick with it.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. He's got a really sort of aggressive playstyle where he just makes do with pretty much whatever he has. He'll just make it work. He'll like rush into anything with low healing because he's so good at the game that he can rely on his skill. That's Malphus for both runners and Gravekeeper backdash. That's nice. In case they find a heavy weapon.
In the flight lock check.
Right. Yeah, so they're going to have to remember that. There are potentially up to 2 books of each color placed throughout the castle. So they might come across another one, but that one's really important to remember. This is inner quarters. Only 1 check here, not really what you want to see. Okay, and it's not here in the basement, so they're probably going to just pick up the warp and continue either back through Castle Corridor or right through quarters. Definitely not up, because the boss is there.
And
okay.
Did Jupiter buy the Armor of Fire? He's only taking 6 damage from those Persephones.
Oh, maybe that's what he bought instead of the Burt Gang. That's a fair choice. Defense is really valuable when you're just running through the castle to not die.
That goes double for the stat randomizer, because enemies can randomly just deal double damage, and there's no way to know until you hit it.
Not giant bat here. Okay, so LuichoX can't get through that slide block there, because that blue soul was not giant bat, so that is blocked off for now. He's also going to teleport back, I'm sure.
Going to the boss here is so risky. There's only 1 check, and you never want to enter the inner quarters boss from the right side because there's no save point.
Oh my. This is also a slide-locked exit, so can't go that way either. Thankfully, we still have plenty of other exits we can use.
LuichoX able to get this with Mudman. It's just bad, wow.
Might be the required red, but useless on its own.
There's Galamoth.
Okay. They do have quarters access early, so the seed logic could be really rude, and it could expect him to go up, fight the boss, and then go to Galamoth for progression.
And LuichoX taking another shop trip here, looking for some armor. I grabbed the armor. Yeah, Armor of Fire.
Yeah, Armor of Fire is pretty much always better than Armor of Water. I don't really know if which enemies honestly actually have the water element.
Yeah, not many. There's Shadow Knight for JupiterClimb.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's gonna sleep to get back to the start of the room a bit faster.
Yeah, you can actually get up to that Undine check with only double jump and Panther, but it's very precise. So looks like he's not going to go for that.
Yeah, I've tried to make that jump. I can't do it. I only know of 2 people have actually done that in races. It's super hard. Random Mandragora for Luicho. I don't think that'll be that helpful, but it is something.
And yeah, another good usage of that Mudman. Just skipping having to go all the way up and around.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Wow, there's a rune ring for JupiterClimb. It feels like Chapel's always just stacked as far as gear goes. Even when it doesn't take much in logic to get here.
I don't know why that is. I think because before it was like the areas themselves used to have a weighting, and Chapel is one of the lower weighted areas. So on average, it's got better gear than it ever used to have, is my guess. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. It's always nice to see Chapel in the new logic preset, because you know you're probably going to get something that's going to help out for the rest of the journey. Like, I think they found a rune ring here already.
Yeah, rune ring, there was a strawberry, nice. There's a beef curry. Man, there's such good healing, too.
Yeah, that's really nice to have early on. So they should feel a lot more confident just going around the castle with both of them having Armor of Fire and lots of healing.
And yeah, you can actually full clear Chapel with only Malthus and Panther, because for this very top check in this room, you can kind of slide up on the ledges with Panther. So finding Chapel is always great with Malthus. You never have to return.
Super clean combat from Jupiter on that Manticore fight. Making use of that Shadow Knight and the backdash attacks with the Burt gang. Oh, there's a dupe red
book.
Yeah, so they don't need to go
wow.
back. Ooh, okay, so they both have that.
Do they? Jupiter got that, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh no, but it was from Skeleton, right? That was how Luicho got it. Okay, so Jupiter, it should be easy to farm. Mm-hmm. I don't think Jupiter's worried at all about getting that if he doesn't just come across it in the castle.
Yeah, I didn't see what this left check was, but it wasn't what Jupiter picking up, so can't be anything that great.
Yeah.
Off to pick.
So the routes have mostly converged. I think Luicho's a little bit behind, but that's only because he checked the right side of quarters to see that it was the study.
So he does have a little bit more information. I don't know if he checked the upper vanilla dance hall entrance like Jupiter did.
Yeah, I don't think he has. True. Yeah, I don't think he's been up there yet. Gardens. Okay. Jupiter needs to remember where this is, because he will be returning here after he defeats Graham.
It's all the way at the end of Castle Corridor, so it shouldn't be too difficult to remember. Yeah. And he's just hoping for this left exit here to not be a dead end, I think. The dead ends at this point we can see are like top floor Wrecking Ball and like Forbidden Area.
Yeah, they haven't come across those yet.
Or did they see the dance hall? They saw the dance hall slide exit, right?
Yes, that was the first exit in Castle Corridor. So they can't. That's ruled out already. Okay, it's Arena. That's actually really nice. That's a quick teleport to the faster entrance to Garden, and 5 checks here.
Yeah, that's a lot for Arena.
Yeah, so I wonder if Jupiter's going to go for it, or if he's going to wait to come back when he has Slide. He's at least going to do this first check. But the density here is so good that it's probably just worth going in.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. There's a good chance there's going to be progression here. And there's basically 2 placements of Slide, because you have Skeleton Blaze and you have Giant Bat.
Right, and either will work. The Skeleton Blaze is a little bit preferred just because you don't have to switch to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit quicker, but Giant Bat has that flight aspect to it as well, so it's a little more versatile. Okay,
more healing.
Yeah, so much healing already. And we haven't seen a single one of these checks so far.
Did you catch what the item at the end of the red minnow corridor was? Oh,
It
a blue
was-
book already. Witch from Merman.
Okay, so they have that. It was a Mach Punch.
Mach Punch. Okay, yeah, not useful.
Jupiter actually
Wow.
safe splits that book. Hopefully he remembers that the 1 at the end here is just going to be nothing.
I know one of them has Witch. I don't know if they both have it. It's from a canister, and I think it was in Chapel, so they probably both have it.
I think they do both have it.
Okay, cool. Wow, so this is looking like a really fast seed start.
Mm-hmm.
Already we have two books, and LuichoX has 2 or 3. Oh god. Careful,
yeah.
Luicho!
Wow.
Okay, he's fine.
Listen there.
Down to 33 HP per second there. This is a very tanky big golem.
Yeah, wow. Is it resistant to slash or something? How is Shadow Knight doing 23 with Stolas?
I don't know. He's either like plus defense and resist slash. That's really low damage for a big golem.
This is ridiculous.
This is going to be a long fight as far as big golem fights go.
So, both racers are really hoping to see Giant Bat here, because Giant Bat's just going to make it so they can get all the checks quickly. DDR
Right.
takes forever to get without a Giant Bat.
Yeah, I definitely agree with going for the boss first. Luicho has the Burt Gang, so
Yeah.
his fight's going to be faster.
Quite
Yeah,
a bit
he's
faster. There's 23. Does he have... Oh, he doesn't have Shadow Knight, though, because he didn't go to that resolution.
right. Yeah, that was on the second
No
screen.
way.
Okay. Not Giant Bat quite yet.
Giant Ghost.
That would be so convenient because you could get both of these immediately.
Yeah. I do think it makes sense to do DDR right here. You never want to lose a race to something being in DDR.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of... The thing is, like, he might have to come back here anyway just for the worst room slide check. I don't know. If it were me, I would probably come back later, but if this is something key, then and Jupiter gets it and Luicho skips it, then it's a huge advantage early for him. Yeah, Luicho's going for it too.
Man.
Oh, and it looks like it is. It's slide.
Okay,
Wow.
and Luicho is doing this, so...
Yeah, so I would have gotten screwed over here if I had...
In your race, it was a book, and then
Yeah.
you got bailed out by a duplicate.
Wow. Okay, that's super nice to have. That opens up a lot.
Yeah. Oh, no way, is this Skula?
Oh my god, this was
If someone
absolutely
skipped
required.
slide here,
Dude,
it would be
what a rude seed.
Yeah. Luckily, both racers are going to get these.
Yeah. There's no reason they wouldn't. Wow. Stacked Arena. What is the one missing check?
It's the book.
Oh, it's the book that he safe split out.
Yeah. Wait,
Wild.
where's Luicho? Was he saving? Just in case? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You never know. If there's plus attack enemies in the worst room, that's a nightmare, especially after fighting the boss.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jupiter finds steady. He's actually able to go through it now.
Got that flying armor.
Mm-hmm. Skula for Luicho. Only 2 checks here in study. I'm curious as to whether Jupiter will fight the study boss or not. I'm guessing not, because it's a fast boss to get to if he needs to later. Ooh, Graham. Okay, that's a new best weapon for him.
Really? Is Graham better than Bergen? I guess it attacks faster, doesn't it?
Well, he was using Gladius for the big
Vanilla
golem.
Great Armor. That's convenient.
Yeah, and I think it's... I don't know, it's kind of a toss-up between that and Burt Gang, because Burt Gang does more, but you can attack faster with Gladius.
Uh-huh. Or
With shorter iframes. Or Graham, right.
gotta love Great Armor
Yeah.
just being completely tanky.
Got
Got a random cut all.
That's nice. Wrecking balls and such. Luicho instead opting for Dance Hall. He's not going to
Yeah.
safe split this attic check because 3 checks, it's probably pretty likely that there's a soul up here.
Luicho wasn't able to get the secret
Oh.
flight lock check because no kicker so far.
So yeah, there's Gargoyle. He needs to hold on to that. That might be the required yellow soul.
there's a canister up there for JupiterClimb. So he's gonna have to push down the box to get this.
Yeah, sadly no dive kick, or else we could skip this.
Yeah, no dive kick, no like big overhead swing weapons, or even like creaking skull. It's pretty rare that you have to push the box for this, I feel like.
Yeah. Even souls that can go through walls, like bullet souls that are slow moving, you can get them. Wow, gun. It's not the silver gun, though.
It's never silver
It's always
gun.
the absolutely useless handgun. I don't know why they made the handgun so bad. It's like such a... Because every player that gets it, they're like, ooh, cool, a gun. And then they use it like, well, this thing is useless. It's like a BB gun.
After you have giant bats.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Quite peculiar. So it looks like Jupiter's back in the castle. He exited to one of the top parts, probably Castle 7. Study top. Lore, this could be a long fight.
Minus
defense.
Okay.
That helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this isn't bad. And the levels will be really nice just for exploring the rest of the castle.
Which is going to be able to make good use of Skyfish here as well because of the Burn Ring. Just look at that mana regen.
Yeah,
Burn Ring is a top tier.
It really is.
Yeah, just like that, already into phase 2.
Jupiter finding clock tower. Only one check here. Might just opt to go up. Oh no, he's going down. Okay. With any luck, it's in the pendulum room, and he can just immediately leave. But he does have slide, so he can get through the spike maze. Oh, there it is. Giant bat? Giant bat.
Wow.
Okay, so that's flight. Jupiter technically has everything he needs for go mode, except for the yellow book. And I guess the red soul, but that's really easy to farm.
Yeah, Luicho from that Belor just got a duplicate gargoyle drop from Belor, and then a duplicate final guard from the check.
That's a little unfortunate. But he got the levels, so...
Yeah, definitely a huge stat boost for him.
Yeah. Okay, back in Reservoir. Jupiter should be okay here. He's got a lot of healing, he's got good armor. Yeah, the Tritons are not plus attack. They're just whatever, so should be fine going through here.
Yeah, Jupiter is a low level, so we might see a waterfall climb to get to the top.
Skipping the Mandragora room? Oh, maybe he's going top to bottom. He's going to do the waterfall checks and then do Mandragora, I suspect.
Jupiter might have a high mind up. I don't recall.
Ooh.
What's this?
Undine? If this is Undine, this is... the seed is telling him to do the water climb. Okay, no.
Arc Demon up.
Arc Demon.
Arc Demon is just so tempting, but in the stat randomizer, it's so easy to die with it. Okay, yeah, Jupiter's just saying.
It is a top tier, but a very dangerous one.
Oh, and Luicho's actually going Forbidden. Forbidden, if you see one in Forbidden, it's usually worth checking because it seems like there's almost always a book or progression in there. It's insane.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I guess because it's guaranteed to be a later weighted area because of the school lock.
There's Undine.
Undine. Well, that would have been helpful earlier.
Do we have no rush souls, so we can't find
There's the yellow book.
No way.
You were right. And it's Dance. He's already done that. Luicho has everything. So, wow. Luicho is almost in go mode. He just needs flight.
Yeah, and he needs to find top 4.
Right. His weaponry is not the best, but top 4 probably has good gear in it, given how it's always progression locked by flight, and flight is not necessarily a super early item in this seed. Okay. Jupiter's probably going to do the Galmoth checks if he doesn't find anything here.
Yeah, even if there's not a major check in there, I feel like the potential of having good gear in there for how quick the 2 checks are, it's always worth checking this, especially for this week.
Yeah, and he is still looking for the yellow book, so It could be. There could be a duplicate yellow here. Nope. But
Skula.
Okay, well, it's a little unfortunate. Wow, two really rude Skula locations this seed.
Yeah, incredibly rude.
Ugh.
So Luicho, he's probably gonna opt to fight this boss just to get this one check in this area. It's Legion. Of course.
That is not what you want to see at all. With any luck, it's a weak to Slash Legion, but that's really asking for a lot.
And Luicho doesn't even have Shadow Knight.
Yeah. He's got Skyfish and Stolas.
Skyfish, Stolas.
Oh, but Stolas doesn't even boost
Yeah.
Skyfish. Weak to
man,
fire.
plus attack.
Mandragora's fire, isn't it? I mean, it uses so much MP, though.
That's true. We'll see if Luicho thinks about that, because he knows.
Oh, he does know. He's doing it nice. He's
Yeah,
gonna wait for it to go
Luicho
down screen.
knows all the elements of souls. He actually went through and documented every soul element for us. So, if anyone would know about this, it's Luicho.
Some surprising ones.
No,
No.
accidentally used it.
When it's off screen, Jupiter had a really good death fight there, and also got Fish Head. So if he comes across Legion, we might see him using Fish Head on it for pretty good MP efficient fire damage.
Yeah, I wonder if Jupiter's gonna go straight back and check that shop because of how weak he is right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Gonna check that
Luicho
shop
is.
upgrade.
Wonder if Luicho is regretting his choice to fight Legion here.
Yeah.
All for one check. If it's Hippogriff, though, he is made. That would be like the best situation for him. Excalibur. Oh, the
Beam Skeleton.
Beam Skeleton is great. That's even better than Fish Head for fire damage. Excalibur, arguably one of the best, if not the best weapon to find in Stat Rando, because nothing resists it, and it does huge damage.
It's an interesting shopping choice there. Jupiter opted to buy the cream puffs instead of the cream sodas. The cream puffs were like 30k, the cream sodas were like 4k. He had money left there to buy more cream sodas and just didn't.
Interesting. Careful,
Luicho.
Luicho.
There's a dude stuck on top of him. Okay.
Ooh, Gungnir in the ceiling for JupiterClimb. Luicho's not going to get that
Yeah.
because he didn't have flight or dive kick.
Man.
Ooh. So Luicho paused right before the Legion got to him, and he almost was forced to stand up and take a hit from the shell.
Oh no.
It's fine. He's got healing. He should be fine. It's just
Yeah.
he doesn't like using this much healing on this fight.
Yeah, there was decent healing in the starting shop as well. So we'll see if Luicho remembers that and knows he can go pretty crazy with his healing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that laser. That hurts. Okay, Luicho is using a high mind up here. I think that makes complete sense.
Jupiter seeing the gun and not even bothering sliding for it. It's like, no.
It's always handgun. It's
not
never
the-
silver gun.
Yeah. And even if it was the silver gun, probably not that useful when you have an Excalibur.
So we're probably going to see some good Gungnir use here on the lore. Man, how is Legion still not dead?
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense for this fight. Multi-hitting weapon, and it's minus defense. Or just, I mean, this works too. 112 damage. Frequently attacking because of the huge hitbox.
There's Zombie Soldier. You know, Zombie Soldier, I'm just saying, that would be really useful for Legion here. Weak to fire and it has good AoE.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's... Oh, that's so rude.
Dude, wow.
Really? Okay, he's gonna check over here just because it's a quick check. It might be like a final sword or something. It's just an army jacket.
That is so unfortunate.
Oh my god, so that was all from nothing. I mean, he got some levels out of it, but he already had the lore levels.
Yeah, he got like 2 levels.
God. And no good gear either.
Wow.
Heartbreaking.
That's unfortunate. And yeah, Jupiter, I don't know if... Has he found the book that tells him he has to fight this boss?
No, because that is, that's at the bottom of Forbidden Area, which I don't believe he's been to yet. So, like, Luicho's ahead on paper, but Jupiter has a huge equipment advantage, and there's no reason that he would spend any time doing cemetery.
Yeah, definitely not.
Assuming that he does Forbidden Earth first. If he opts to skip Forbidden, then he might do cemetery.
Oh,
I think that's unlikely.
yeah, Luicho still can't get this Gungnir here. Sad.
Yeah.
And here's Forbidden for Jupiter. I think it's really likely he's gonna check this. So yeah, Jupiter's gonna see this and
A third Mandragora for Luicho.
yeah, he's gonna see this and pretty much be in go mode. I think he just needs to rush and find top floor after this.
I wonder where top floor could be. It's probably one of the upper, probably the eastern door, I would guess.
Here's bottom clock tower.
Mm-hmm. So I imagine Luicho will skip these checks, given that he has everything he needs. Wait, no, this is going to be Giant Bat for him, so
Yeah.
this is good for him. The best case scenario for Luicho, he gets Giant Bat here, he exits, let's say, upper right of Clock Tower, and that leads to top floor. And in top floor, it was like a really good weapon. That would be like the stars aligning for Luicho right now.
Yeah, there is a major gear deficit here, and it's only going to widen if Luicho doesn't... Death was in the inner quarters, wasn't he?
Yeah, so Luicho doesn't necessarily have a reason to fight that boss, so he might opt not to.
Yeah, I mean, there could always just be amazing gear in top floor. That does happen a lot, so...
Yeah, so there you see Jupiter just, random Triton for Luicho. That's quite nice. That helps a lot as far as the gear deficit.
Yeah, that's extremely lucky. Especially because he has Stolas, but he has nothing to use Stolas with.
Yeah. And you saw that Jupiter saw Cemetery and just immediately left, so saved however many minutes it took for Luicho to get through there.
Luicho not even going to bother with the waterfall climb at the moment.
He's purely looking for top floor at this point. And I guess any checks that are pretty much free to get, then he was going to do just to hope they're gear. Like this one's red. It's just a leather plate.
Jupiter's right behind in the clock tower.
I thought Jupiter went left already here in the clock tower.
I'm not sure, actually.
Maybe not.
Man, I'm just waiting for these needles to drop the item.
Would we even be able to tell what it was if it did happen?
Probably not. I don't know if the racers would be able to tell either.
That's the backside of top floor.
Yeah, not what you want to see.
Yeah.
And we've already seen this.
Yeah, this is also not what he wants. He's trying to figure, is it going to be faster to go through here, or is... Yeah,
Well, Luicho knows he's seen Balor and Legion, so this boss isn't going to be a problem no matter what. And he's probably considering that it's probably a shop boss as well, because he hasn't seen either Death or Hunter. There was a random Valkyrie for JupiterClimb.
Yeah, I'm guessing he just wants to find exits, but there's a warper at the other end of this, so it is fast to go through. So yeah, Valkyrie, good source of holy damage. Though his Excalibur should be able to take care of anything. There's top floor. Okay.
And only one major check, so that means there's going to be a lot of equipment here, which is good for Luicho.
Jupiter's going to just skip it, because he doesn't really need it.
Yeah, wow.
Probably do the one under the elevator, but that's probably it.
Wait, did Luicho not fight Death?
It doesn't look like it. It looks like he was
left.
just checking for gear. Interesting. So what was top 4 connected to? Was it Eastern, like I guessed? Wait,
I don't
Jupiter
know if we saw.
leaving. Oh, okay, he's just farming the skeletons. There it is. Alright, so Jupiter in go mode now.
Oh man, we just having a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, it's fine. So save point right here, and he's got health to survive.
Yeah, Jupiter has a habit of skipping checks here.
Mm-hmm.
Even checks, like the check directly outside of Graham, he'll just skip, and hopefully it doesn't bite him here. We'll see. And Luicho's about to come up on top floor as well. Oh, never mind. I got confused. He's in a different place. Yeah, I don't think
he's
we
going
saw
on the
the
left
left
side.
exit, did we?
We haven't yet, yeah. Because Jupiter had no reason to check it at that point. He's already seen Garden. Hopefully remembers where it is.
Yeah.
It
this
should
is
just be
plus
down
HP
from the arena.
minus defense Graham, not too bad.
Yep. Pretty standard. Should go down really quickly.
And Jupiter's opting to use Mandragora instead of Shadow Knight here, which is understandable. Shadow Knight's a little bit awkward to use, especially against Graham.
Yeah,
So,
especially when you have a backdash cancel weapon. It's,
yeah.
You're kind of keeping distance from the boss, and that makes it hard for the Shadow Knight to poke him.
Yeah, just like that.
Nice and quick.
Yeah, Excalibur is just... It's almost never the best option in the stat randomizer, but it's so
Yeah.
reliable against everything. That
Yeah.
if you have it, you know you're not gonna get walled by any bosses.
Yeah. You pretty much save time not to having to worry about trying to find other gear. Just because you have Excalibur, you know you can skip checks.
Dainsleff. Okay.
It's nice. That could come in handy in the final fights here if they have a dark weakness.
I'm actually surprised Jupiter checked that. Typically, he doesn't even check the Graham checks, but...
I think in the stat rando, it's a bit like Jupiter's a big believer in never skipping the chaotic checks just for the elemental resistances, and given that that was right there, I imagine it's kind of a similar situation. Yep, Jupiter remembers where Garden is, so heading straight to Julius here.
Yeah, we actually don't have that many elements right now. I can only think of, what, Gungner, Dainsleff. We got Mandragora, plus HP minus
Another-
defense, like exact same.
Yeah,
Nice.
just like Graham. So, did he just equip Archdemon?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. It's kind of like if he gets hit, he just immediately punishes back with a Mandragora. It's
Yeah.
good to hit.
Jupiter just has literally no other good yellow souls to use, so
Yeah.
might as well. Okay, now Luicho's headed up towards Eastern, so he will find top 4 here, but sadly it might just be too late.
Yeah. That's just how the randomizer goes sometimes.
We do have game 2 scheduled today, though, so...
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also, we hadn't mentioned at all. I completely forgot. Luicho is on winner's side here, so Luicho would have to lose 2 sets here to lose the tournament. And Jupiter has to win 2 sets in a row
Mm-hmm.
to win the tournament. So
Yeah,
even
so-
if Luicho ends up losing this set, he's not out yet. Here's phase 2.
Nice and quick. I really like that Mandragora usage. Not really a soul I would really consider using in a situation, but it makes a lot of sense, especially with the Archdemon combo.
Yeah, Mandragora is just so expensive that it's almost never the most efficient option, but just souls are so limited on this seed that it is good.
Luicho in top 4 now. He will need to... I imagine we're going to see him do these checks. But we did go up the right side. Maybe he doesn't want to. I'm just Worried about his gear.
Yeah, he still only has the bird game.
Yeah, not really enough to cut it. Ooh, and
Julie's
wow,
down.
already down. Okay, no souls here, all gear.
Yeah, LuichoX just going straight for it.
Mm-hmm.
He does have Triton. He's hitting for 23 yet. I
Yeah,
assume
that's
this
not
is with
bad.
Triton.
Oh no, it's
No,
not
that's
with
with
Triton.
Tula. Okay. So we're gonna see some decent damage here, but nothing close to Excalibur.
Right. This fight is a little easier because he doesn't have to do backdash cancels. Did you see what the first check-in chaotic was?
I didn't know.
I didn't either. It was a
It
suit?
was a suit.
Okay.
So we already saw Pitch Black suit in the shop. I don't know. That doesn't mean, yeah, it could still be placed. So that could be all rocks or Pitch Black.
Yeah, it could be a slight upgrade over Arm of Fire, but not that worth.
And LuichoX is making good use of Shadow Knight here. There's Levitain.
Ooh, that's nice to find.
Oh,
Careful! Wow, that is a... Huh. Oh, he didn't get hit on the way out.
yeah.
It was
took
a
advantage of
huge
those
plus
items.
attack roll. Hey,
Armor
another-
fire upgrade.
So nothing here really. Levitain would definitely be a godsend for LuichoX, but it's looking like he's gonna have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, Jupiter didn't really stock up on healing in the shop, despite there being cheap, like, cream sodas. So,
Mhm.
you never know what could happen here. But with Excalibur, it is going to be fairly safe.
Right. Alright, let's see what the modifiers are for Chaos. Plus
Weak to
attack,
dark.
plus HP,
Oh,
weak
Dane's
to
left,
dark.
Dane's left.
Wow, that's so cool! I always love it when, because Chaos normally has a dark resistance. You never get to use dark weapons against him. Damn, 262 a pop, that's huge damage.
So yeah, despite the plus HP plus attack, this is going to be pretty
Yeah.
quick.
As long as Jupiter doesn't get comboed by a bad hit into a bunch of orbs, the plus attack takes him down. Should be good for him. I don't think he has any other Dark Souls. Like if he had Legion, that would be great here as well.
Yeah, I think Legion is... It's the only Dark Soul, isn't it? Besides, like, Imp, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think Imp counts, but it's sad. Even
Oh, wow.
enemies that are weak to Dark, you use Imp on them, it just does nothing. 68 damage with 2 eyes down? Wow.
Dane's left. It's so good.
Holy crap. This is without Triton.
Yeah, very true.
Wow.
Yeah, this is with no strength buffs, because the armor's not giving strength. I can't
Now
remember.
you skip the Olrox.
Yeah, I don't know what accessory this is with, but who
This is
cares?
Rune Ring, I
GG.
assume. GG's to JupiterClimb. Wow. Really, really well played. And LuichoX seeing it, he's gonna forfeit. Sadly. Did not find the top floor in time. But yeah, we're gonna be coming back with Game 2 shortly. So stick around to watch that.